Salutations to all of my gremlins, and I welcome you with open arms to this brand new day, this brand new vlog. And today I am visiting the Goldfield ghost town in Apache Junction, Arizona. This is where I am today right now, and I reckon this is actually like good weather. Salutations everyone, as I welcome you to this brand new day and for this brand new vlog. I welcome you with open arms, and I wanted you to say hello to my newfound friend. His name is Giz. There he is. So you can see he turns his head and everything there. Yeah, cool. So Giz here is my newfound friend, and also he. Alright everyone, salutations as I welcome you with open arms to this brand new day. And today I'm actually ecstatic for this. I am here at the, once again, this is a part 2 for the Wild Western Goldfield ghost town vlog, and I've stopped in here. This was at a tourist attraction. They have old antique little buildings here, and there's actually quite a lot to see. And this, as you can obviously tell behind me, this is used to be an old-fashioned church. Got new cowboy boots like I've always wanted. It was a pair of cowboy boots for this. It says it's open here. Let's see what they have. And this is the doorway right here. Wow, this is incredible. This is the inside of the church. This used to be an old church in here. That's what it looks like. They also host a lot of weddings here as well. And as you can obviously see, this is rather more or less small in here. However, it's a rather good size. So that was the church in there. They also have an old ore mine crusher here as well. And they have set up like an old wagon here. There it is. That's the church behind me. This right behind me is the old-fashioned Western wagon that the horses used to pull the old trailer here. So this is great. This is definitely, truly one of a kind. Delightful experience while being here so far. I have never been out this far here before. That's what they have here. I'm not quite sure as to what this part over here is. Oh, okay, I see it. It's supposed to represent, it's actually supposed to represent an old telegraph office to where they are the train stations here. This was the old ticket counter here to where you could actually pay in the old-fashioned Western days for your trains, train stations.
And I hit it beside.
I'm using my beer pong expertise.
Maybe that's what you gotta do.
Overhand?
Yep. Oh yeah, overhand
on his
for sure.
shoulder. Nancy's got it on his shoulder. Higher. Somebody got a dollar bill.
Throw in his pants. Drop it down his drawers.
Why he's sitting like this?
scenery out here, as you can obviously see within nature all around me, is actually quite peaceful and very beautiful out here. I have to honest to God say that this is very meditative, very relaxing to be out here among all the Arizona trees, cactus, all the plants. Wow. I'm not quite sure what this was supposed to represent, but I do believe that it was where they hanged people during the Western era. Yeah. Some cactus there, I have to be careful. Here's a blacksmith. There's an outhouse. This is an old-fashioned wagon. (3,500 Fahrenheit) fire from coal. That is incredible. So this wall here represents of all the portraits of the many actors and actresses who actually had filmed here and done their movies here. There was John Wayne back there, you know, all these many different people. They're all from like 1940s, 1950s, 60s, 70s. This is impressive. This is really one of a kind. This is actually an old barn. There's an old coffin that they used in a wooden coffin they used in the Western era. So, for those of you who may not know this already, however, I'm dressed like as this. I'm not dressed as anything for any character in particular or anything of any sorts. This is actually just represents who I am as an individual, and this is what I wear on a regular basis. And one thing that I've always admired was of history and in the past, and the history and cultures and the many different variety of cultures of the world. This is such a beautiful view of the mountains over here. I am here at the Superstition Mountains. And this is absolutely incredible. I have always had a passion for discovering cultures of the world and as well as learning of different cultures and of the past history. This is absolute surreal to me. It's great. And this is incredible. They actually have an old-fashioned ore crusher. It's actually an ore crusher. Let's see. So this is me standing in front of the old-fashioned ore crusher, and if you see this in person, if you ever have the opportunity to visit this in person, you will understand of how surreal in size, and this is absolutely incredible of a view for perspective for this. And also, what is also incredible, what's also fascinating is the past, the history of all the cultures of the world and of all that we can discover in the world. This is surreal to me. This is incredible. You see this behind me, this is great. So, Western era was something so fascinating, and it was fascinating to me because considering it was something simple and wasn't as complex as you would find in today's modern era, or in the modern age. And I'm walking along the Apache Trail here. Well, I believe this is a Apache Trail. This is at the Superstition Mountains. So I'm walking around here, wandering around and enjoying the scenery. We have a sign here that says snake alert. Watch where you walk. The desert is home to many creeping and crawling creatures. Stay on a path. Well, that's good to know. Snake alert. Don't mess with those snakes. Don't bother the snake and the snake won't bother you. So this is the actual trail part here. And I'm proud to say that a definition of a cowboy in a modern perspective, it all depends and varies upon variations for many interpretations. However, as for myself, I believe that it is supposed to be born from your spirit. It's supposed to be who you are as a human being. And it's not all about, you know, the clothing that you wear, whether or not if you have a farm or a ranch. It all has to do with who you are on the inside of you and of your state of mind, for your soul, for your spirit, and for having a love and a adore of nature, different scenery. So that's what life's all about. It's the greatest beauty of life is being able to express who you are and being proud of who you are as an individual, for being an individual. And there's no one in the world that could ever stop you from being who you are and or being all that you possibly could be in this life. And you have to follow your aspirations and be all that you possibly could be and do the best possible in this world that you could ever be. My strongest recommendation is that if you should ever decide to visit here, I would absolutely strongly encourage you to visit here of all places. If you should decide to visit anywhere in Arizona, this probably should be your first visit, considering that this is absolutely worth it in every possible perspective, in every way imaginable. I have so much history to be found here. So much history to be found here, and there's nothing much else to say about it except it is something enjoyable, and it's actually one of the greatest places to be. It always makes me feel as if I've traveled back into time of the past, and this feels like true home to me. And if I should ever been a spirit reincarnated from the previous life, well, this is definitely who I would be and who I was supposed to be in this life, in a modern era. Well, maybe possibly so, because considering how passionate I am of different cultures in the world and of history and of the world, yeah, I often get that thought myself. So this is truly feel like home to me. Western towns. This is great. This is absolutely incredible perspective for a view. It more or less reminds me of the Aztecs. How they had this lined up here. This is actually supposed to be seating arrangement. Wow. I believe that's a roadrunner there. Cute birds. I love watching the scenery. There's the Superstition Mountains right there. There's the silver mine, ore crusher. Right there is Arizona cactus. Mine tour. There's the Superstition Mountains. There's ice cream over there. So, it's actually hilarious. a couple people that thought I was under the impression I was one of the gunfighter reenactors here. I was see? Let's see if you can see it or not. I'm packing my antique gun here as well. It's actually a performance right now for a gunfight.
I'm kind of liking a three-way split. What do you think, bud? I'm kind of liking a two-way split.
Oh, watch it. Oh my God, look here.
You behind us? Yeah. You got a gun? I got nothing left.
You got nothing left? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. Let's do this. It always works every time. We call it
Cowboy charm.
cowboy charm, okay? Hey,
Wow, that's awesome. There's a museum. This is the entire town, all the way around from the library, stables, old-fashioned, looks like a Victorian house. And this is the Mammoth Restaurant and Saloon here. It's actually quite popular.
That's not the place. Oh, the gallery.
So I got here and I just had caught a glimpse of the last moment of the gunfighting show here that they had. And that was actually quite entertaining, to be honest. That was actually real great. It's a lot of fun watching that. And they have a lot of different things to be seen around here, such as I seen in my last vlog, they actually got an old-fashioned church over here. This is the barn here, as you can obviously see here. They have what it looks like to appear to be an old Victorian house. That's incredible. I want to see all that they have out here. This here is supposedly a cemetery here, where there are those who lost their lives, obviously buried here. And as you can see all around me, this is all the spots where people were laid to rest. And so with this I say, rest in peace for those who had died here. And wow, this is hope that they rest peacefully to those who were buried here. One person has their cowboy boots here. This individual's graveyard has cowboy boots sitting there. Howdy, how you doing?
Right there.
Oh man. I think this thing is like harder to open than what it looks like. It's all like saran wrap, bubble wrap. Well, I got for myself a little rattlesnake shot glass here. It was great. I used to have another one just down the ways, but I reckon they didn't have it, so it's the only one that they had. And there it is, it's a close-up shot of it. Like the rattlesnake all around there and his mouth open. And I live a straight-edge lifestyle, but I just use these to really just drink, celebrate with the little apple cider. Great little shot glass I got for myself. Well, besides everything else, I'm actually having a great time of my life here. The weather's not too bad. You get to meet a lot of interesting faces of people. You have great, like-minded people as well. People appreciate cultures and the values and aesthetics of history and of the past. And this is actually a remarkable place to be. This is actually a remarkable place to be. Very inspiring to say the least. And I've always been someone to rather enjoy the remnants of history. Right now I'm going inside of the church here. No, it's actually locked. This is me here at the Wild West town, Goldfield Ghost Town. It's actually me behind, walking alongside the church. See, that's my new cowboy western boots I've got. And that's me, just like this. That'd probably be my thumbnail. So I mean, this is me inside of an old like gift shop here. This is great. So this is obviously what I'm wearing, like this, and cool. Yeah, but it's a dry heat. I like that. And this is obviously my shadow.
I'm your buddy Itchy.
Well, this is remarkable. So I had ran into this gentleman here. He's one of the gunfighters, actors here at the Goldfield Ghost Town. And I had thought that he was under the impression of being Dan Blocker from the Bonanza, the character Hoss. This is great. So what's your name?
I go by Itchy.
Itchy?
Itchy.
Cool. Nice.
My trigger finger, I swear.
Well, delightful meeting your acquaintance.
It's good to meet you too.
Good to meet you. This is great. So this is a good town and great place, right? I mean, you got obviously a lot of attractions here. And
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed your gunfight earlier today.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Have a good rest of the day.
You too.
This here is the railroad tracks where the train tour comes by through here. I am having an enjoyable time of my life here. I feel as if I'm at home. Being here. This is great. This is a perfect experience. I'm having the most fun of my life. This is definitely something great. This is worthwhile. Should be an old-fashioned, I'm not sure what this is. So right now I'm inside of the Mammoth Saloon, which is supposed to represent an old-fashioned Western period time frame for their saloon here. And I'm inside of the hallway right here where they have frames of history, photographs from the past and history. So this one here. Not sure if you see that or not. Old Native American here. Oh, mannequin there. Got all the boots on top of here on the ceiling. I believe that they're real. Okay, yes, they're real then. This is incredible. I've never seen this on the ceiling before up until now at this point, but they're definitely real. So, an old map on Wayne. So this is a Mammoth Saloon, as you can see here. This is it behind me. That's where I just got out of, was an old-fashioned saloon. It's called the Mammoth Steakhouse Saloon. This is great. I'm having such a great time with my life here. This is actually fascinating, to be honest. They even have a library over here as well. Pretty much the entire town here. They've got some places down here as well. I'm not quite sure what direction or path to take. I'm just walking around everywhere, seeing all that they have around here. So I reckon, I guess it's supposed they have a lot of. They have a fire truck, from what I've been told. I'm actually planning my engagement, my wedding here, some point next year when it gets cooled down. And I've discovered that this is actually a perfect place to host my wedding here, so I'm anticipated for that. And, well, Jen, this is the place for our wedding here, so perfect place, actually. How you doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Not too bad.
Good.
Hope you're enjoying the day.
We are, thank you. Hope you are as well.
Absolutely. Well, we're alive. That's what counts, right? God bless. Take care of yourself. That's rather nice people back there. It's a very interesting town. I love it here. It's much like being a part of the past and history. Well, this actually uncovers much of the past and history, whether if you believe this or not.
Hey.
Oh, all right. Hey, so what are your names?
Mark and Mike Bennett.
Mark and Mike.
I'm Mike and he's Mark.
Well, so they wanted me to sign the autograph for their cowboy hat here, and here's a Goldfield mine tour through here. This is where I'm going inside of right now, which is supposed to be a gift shop. It's a mercantile. That's what they would call it. The name of it in the Western era was a mercantile. And out here is it's a real perfect scenery out here. And I'm actually going to go upstairs, as you can see there.
If you're too lazy to do the panning, you can just buy those gold nuggets I brought in from my mine. Before you go, give me $1 and I'll tell you how to get to my gold mine.
I did have.
Wow. So this is the old jailhouse. That is very fascinating. This is interesting. This is an old-fashioned photography camera. before they had switched it up to the modernized versions for the cameras. This is an old jailhouse. This is great. I've never seen one of those up close. Oh, for the first time in my life, I finally witnessed it. So this is me inside of. So this is me inside of the old jailhouse here. This is great. So this is where they actually had, well, not this particular location here, but this is what they had used to hang people with the noose and a rope here. As you can see behind me, that's the noose right there. What appears to be an old-fashioned machinery. This is fascinating.
So when you went to the restaurant, I was talking to our guide. I'm like, is this really, people who are really that mind? Because I'm not believing it. No, it was actually 15 feet this way. Why are you walking? But even an eye out for Ron. I mean, the gentleman doing it. He doesn't know that I've got something really beautiful. That poor horse.
Yeah, different cultures, as always, strike a chord with me of my core interests, and I've always had an appreciation and an absolute adore and love for different cultures. And this Western civilization was once a part of our past and part of our history as the United States, as Arizona, and there's many other different states that had something similar, like the city like Utah, maybe parts of California. I'm having one of the most perfect experiences of my life while being here, and this is an absolute great time of my life. This is so much to be seen here, so much to do as well. And if you are someone who lives here in Arizona, or if you're out of state, if you should decide to one day visit the state of Arizona, this is the one place I strongly recommend that you are to visit, considering not only of all the things to do, but also the uncovering of cultures and the history of your part of Arizona's past. This is a great place to be, and well, I thank you for taking this opportunity and watching my videos. Please click the button which can be found on the screen to subscribe. I hope that you had certainly enjoyed watching this video. And if you would be so kind as to share my videos with others, I would be forever grateful and I would be blessed. And I reckon I'm going to go home now. It is actually getting late, as much as I hate to go home, but I need to go eat something. So, I will talk to each and every one of you again soon, and see you soon. And thank you for watching once again. Have a good rest of the day.